Okay, I have 4 points to support my point of view. First is, if you are a good actor/actress, you can adapt to new and various environments better. When you come to a new place, for example, and people are different. People are different from your family, from your background. If you're a good actress, then you can, tackle into it and just blend in. And the second point is, besides adapt to new environments, you can socialize with people more easily. Like, as I've said before, people are complicated and they are really different. Like, many of my friends hate each other, like really hate each other because they are so different. One like to play games and one book words, and I play with all of them because I can say myself that I'm a pretty good actress sometimes. And through all 2 points like that, you can learn much more about environment and the friends and the people around you themselves. But being a good actress doesn't mean that you are not yourself. You can add your own twist to that role. And being a good actress also help you understand more about the people. Like, people tend to talk more truthfully if the person they are talking to are more like yourself. So if you are a good actress and the person you are talking to feel that you are like them, feel that you are their kind, and they may talk more. And if you progress, you may discover something about yourself that you haven't known before. Because people are complex beings and people change, like everything changes.
Okay, now we have these 2 minutes for you to start your argument. 2 minutes. Can you start now?
Yeah. Okay, so being a good actor or actress in your life is not an advantage. Because one, we design our own life. We live our own life and we don't need to fake it. We need courage to overcome hardships, to overcome difficulties. And it's not a good practice for you to fake your own life because when we get to number 2, because if you get used to faking your emotions, it is bad because you have difficulty showing your true emotions. That would lead to conflicts between friends and family because relationships need strong emotions. We get more bond to each other by giving our true feelings and emotions to each other. We share things that we do really care about. We don't fake it with our friends and family. If you talk to your mom and there's no sincerity in your talk, then she will receive it as a deceiving message, and it will make your relationship to your mom be really bad. It will turn worse. And in life, strong relationships leads to strong emotion connections, and it leads to your life being better. You need friends, you need family to support you, and if you fake it and if they feel like they're being deceived or cheated on, then it will be a total disadvantage to your life. And so for those 2 reasons, I would say that being an actor or an actress is not an advantage in your life.
That's all?
Yes.
Okay. So now Hien, you have 1 minute to give her some questions or rebuttals.
Okay, first I want to ask you a question that do you always talk the same to your friends, with your parents, with strangers, with your close ones? Do you talk the same to them?
No, she is not allowed to say. You have to answer questions in 1 minute.
Okay, so I'm just
all the questions.
Okay, you want.
And I think that acting, as you interpret, is faking. But do you think that acting in a long time can also change you because you learn more about yourself? Acting is the reason they are good actors and actresses because not all people can be good. And it means that with every role, everybody interprets it in a different way. So it's more like adding their personal feelings and experience into that role. So it's not just faking. Do you agree with actress doesn't mean that our whole life we need to act fake and such. But sometimes when we find difficult to
Now 1 minute for you to give her the answer.
Okay. I don't say that you have to be fake your whole life. It's just not a good practice for you to keep faking your emotions because that's when you get used to it. You get used to you would do it automatically if you keep doing it for too long, for too many times. And then that will lead to bad consequences such as people feeling that they're deceived because you don't give them their true emotions because you do it without your own notice. You don't know that you're doing it, but people would feel hurt because you're not truthful with them. And your second question.
do you talk all the same?
Yeah, I don't talk all the same with people, but I don't fake it either. I don't need to be an actress. For my friend, if she likes to read a book, if she's a bookworm, and my friend who's a gamer, I would talk differently to them just because I have both interests. It doesn't mean that I have to fake it because I'm not only a bookworm or I'm not only a gamer, and that doesn't mean that I'm acting because it's my true self.
Now 1 minute for you, Uyen, to give her some questions. Now it's your turn.
Do you, in your life, do you think that being an actor will lead to good relationships? Because as you see, a lot of actors and actresses have divorces and they don't show their true selves on the media. They have to fake it every time. Is it a good thing for you to live like that? Is it a good thing for keeping a relationship like that? And secondly, if you're acting, is everyone a good actor or an actress? And how can it help you provide, how can it help you get more experiences in life if you don't stay true to what you are? If you show people the wrong side, the fake side of yourself, and then how can you make more friends? Why? Because people say if someone gets along with too many people, that would be dangerous.
Okay.
Now 1 minute for you to give her the answer.
Okay, first, as you said, that people can be many things at one time, that you can be both gamer and bookworm. So when you are talking with someone, you can act more like you're more to the bookworm side or more to the gamer side. You're still yourself, just a little bit more than that. Not just fake it, you can still be yourself and act. Because I think good actor or actress are actually putting her own feelings into the role itself to be good enough. Because if just faking is not going to be good enough. And for your example, like good actor or actress have many divorces, and I know that it's just a very rare example, but Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt has been together for almost 8 years and they are still growing strong as 6 children. And there's a little bit controversial about public image about celebrities because if they don't maintain the public image, they're gonna lose the fan. But in that,
Yes. Now the judging panel will give you some questions and comments.
okay.
I think it's a very tough topic. Indeed, we have thought a lot about this. So I have a question from Ms. Hien. So we believe in the foundation of relationship is sharing with each other, having our feelings figured out and having someone who has the same idea with us. So just imagine that if everyone in this world is an actor, what will happen? Do you think it's good or bad?
As I've said, I think that when you get into a new environment, if you don't adapt at least a little bit, as I've said, at least act a little bit, you can't even talk to them first and then, grow the relationship mutually. So maybe a little bit acting is good. I'm not, encourage the whole life acting. I mean, it has its disadvantages too, but I think that is necessary. And everybody is a good actor or actress, I think it would be devastating.
No. Well, the question is whether we should play as a good actor or being ourselves. That are the two sides of the problem. You cannot be yourself or being a good actor. In this case,
You have to choose one side.
so
There's no other way around.
I agree with your idea that we sometimes have to be adaptive, but manners are very different from being a good actor. Sometimes you have to say things if you don't think that way, being absolutely different. Because we have two sides of the story. One is being yourself and the other is being a different people, being an actor. So how do you defense on the side that you can't try to act as an absolutely different people rather than yourself?
So you're trying to make me defend that I have to be an actor
That's right.
Because in your argument, I can see that you're trying to show us that sometimes acting is a good way to express ourselves. But in this case, we're not talking about manners, sometimes to socialize. We are talking about being a different people. So can you consolidate your idea about this point to make your argument more stronger?
Stronger.
I think that as you have said, the relationship there is based on truth and such. But sometimes there are truths that are not meant to find out. And sometimes you cannot be yourself if you want to survive this harsh world. Sometimes you actually have to be a different person. If you want to be hard, if you want to please your boss, sometimes in an interview you have to lie a little bit, you have to alter the truth, you have to act out. And that's when I think that you have to be a different person.
Okay, I also have another question for you. You said that in many cases we have to adapt and sometimes we have to tell lies. And sometimes we have to change yourself a little bit. And I believe that if sometimes you do that, that become your habit.
Yeah.
And what a habit, because if you do it regularly, it will become your character. So I'm afraid that maybe someday you will change yourself to a totally different person, and you don't even realize who you are anymore.
Yeah, that's definitely a threat, and definitely a threat to me as me. I think it's definitely a threat, and there's sometimes you need to remind yourself of who you are. But as I've said, it's a need. Good actor or actress is a need in our lives, so we cannot, not acting or not lying, but it's a threat. But we have to live with it, and we have to, suppress it down as much as we can. But I think acting is necessary.
Okay.
I have a question for Ms. Nguyen.
Nguyen.
As you mentioned that emotion is very important in a relationship, but if sometimes, as Ms. Hien said, being yourself may cause harm to promotion, career, education. So, do you think that it is good to be yourself in the case that if being yourself is posing a threat to your promotion and career?
Well, it's not something that would cause an impact in life, because in those cases, that's when you don't really need to do it, because through promotions, you don't have to be too, you don't have to say too many good stuff to your boss if you don't like him. You could just try and do your best in your work. Or else you can just start you can start a new job. But emotions, if you do things that are not true to yourself and you're lying to your boss that he's such an amazing person and he turns out he's not, and he finds out that you're lying, the consequences that you receive would be much greater than what you would actually do if you don't lie in the first place.
Okay, but I have another question. If you stay with who you are and keep your true color with everyone you see, everyone you meet, then sometimes you cannot blend in the crowd. I mean, you cannot be friends with all of them, so that you do not have the first chance to let them know who you really are. So you do not have to start. So you cannot, have the relationship for the long run. So how do you think about that?
Okay, that's a very good question. But my answer